going on, YouTube? It's Alvin the Director. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to all the support on this last video. You all have asked about, PT in the Army up here in Alaska for the longest amount of time, and it's been over a year and I still failed to deliver that video. So in the last video, I decided to go ahead and finally deliver and explain what life is like up here in Alaska during PT. So if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it in the description below. So be sure to go back, watch that video, and give it a thumbs up, and let me know what you think. Alright, so for today's video, we're going to talk about a typical Army schedule versus a 9-to-5 schedule. Now, I always get asked about, the schedule of the Army, what we do during the day, and, I can't really answer that question because in all my videos I always like to tell you that the Army is completely different from where I am compared to where, some of my battle buddies are, and it's always changing, so you never really know what you're gonna get. And at the same time, I can't really explain to you how your schedule is gonna be because, again, that schedule is always changing. So my schedule today might be different from my schedule tomorrow, and that's just how the Army is. However, I want to give you a general understanding of what the day-to-day schedule is like for the Army so you can make that educated decision on whether or not the Army is a good fit for you. I am not a recruiter by any means, so I'm not going to try to sell you the Army. I'm just going to give you the facts and let you know what my experience has been like in my unit and what it's like generally across the board for the Army compared to a 9-to-5 job. Now, before joining the Army, I worked a 9-to-5. I worked several different, jobs before joining the Army after I graduated from Columbus State back in 2017. So I have a general understanding of what it's like, working a civilian schedule as opposed to working in my Army schedule. First thing that happens in the morning is, of course, you wake up. I wake up at 0500, but most people wake up around like 0530. So for this video, I'm going to say you wake up at 0530. And then PT starts for us at 0630 and it goes until 0745. So this is the time where we do fitness in the morning. For those who don't really know much about the Army and how that works, PT is always the first thing you do in the morning. Depending on your unit, some folks do it, in the afternoons, it'll flex, but generally PT is the first thing that you do every single morning, right? So in the morning, PT starts for us at 0630. Around the Army, PT is generally going to last or be anywhere in between 0600 and 0745. That time may fluctuate a little bit depending on where you're at, but generally PT is about an hour and 15 minutes. So for us, we do 0630, 0745. When I was working on the civilian side of things, we didn't have any PT, so I'm not waking up until about 7 o'clock, 7:30, right? After PT, at 0745, we have a break for breakfast and hygiene. So when you go home, you do whatever you got to do in the morning time. You can eat a breakfast or take a nap, take a shower, shave, all that good stuff. So 0745 to 0930, that's your time to do whatever you want to do. We're back at work at 0930. Some places in the Army, you get to work around 0900. So between 0900 and 0930 is about the time that you'll actually be reporting for the actual duty day to actually do your job. On the civilian side, I was leaving my house around 8 o'clock in the morning, getting to work right before 9 o'clock. I lived in Atlanta, so that commute was about 45 minutes to an hour every single day. So if you're in a big city, just expect to commute for about 45 minutes before you actually get to your job. And then the workday starts at 9 a.m. In the Army, we work our morning shift from 0900 to 0930 to about 11:30 hours. So that's about 2.5 hours that you're actually doing your work in the morning. And then on the civilian side, I was working from 9 a.m. to about noon. So that's about 3 hours that I was spending working, when I was working the 9-to-5. Lunch in the Army is typically from 11:30 to about 1300 hours. So you have about 90 minutes to go eat lunch. You can take a nap. You can go run errands, put gas in your car. Do what you got to do. You got about 90 minutes. Most staff shops are closed during that time. So usually if you try to go and handle business in the Army between 11:30 and 1300, you just get the experience of just sitting there waiting and you're like, dang, no one's here and this is the only time that I can actually go, but we're not going to get into all that right now. Lunch, 11:30 to 1300 hours. Civilian side, noon to about 1 o'clock. So that's about an hour. So my lunch break when I was working on the civilian side was about 30 minutes less than what it is now in the Army. Again, this Army schedule, it changes based on what we're actually doing, but that chow block is typically about 90 minutes long. So it's 1300 now. It's the afternoon. I'm a little tired because, you know, it's like, man, we woke up kind of early for PT. You know, I already worked the morning shift. I already had a good lunch, so now I'm feeling kind of full. I'm tired, but it's 1300, right? So 1300 in the afternoon until about 1700. That's about another 4-hour block of you actually working. And on the civilian side, that's 1 o'clock to about 5 p.m. That's where you're actually working, doing your, you know, your afternoon shift, and that will pretty much conclude the duty day here. Luckily, you know, we typically get our soldiers out about 16:30, but for the video purposes, I don't want to say you're going to be getting out at 16:30 because I do not know what your brigade looks like or what your unit looks like, so I don't want to sit here and tell you you're going to get off before 1700 because I really don't know that. And again, these schedules change based on what you're doing during the week. You might be doing a training block where, you know, you're out in the field, or you might be going to ranges or doing other things that might have you you know, off after 1700, but that's generally the time frame for when most folks are getting off. So on the civilian side, 5 o'clock, Army side, 1700, that's the exact same time. So you're essentially working a 9 to 5 in the Army, except you have PT in the morning. So say I got off at 1700 or 5 o'clock. It takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to get home whenever I get off of work in the afternoon. I don't have to worry about going to the gym, or I don't have to worry about a long commute because, you know, I live on post now. So even when I lived off post and I had to drive all the way to North Pole, I was driving for about 30 minutes in the afternoon, you know, after work. So I was getting home about, you know, 17:30, which is 5:30. And, you know, I still had the rest of my day because we already did PT in the morning. Now, me personally, I do work out in the afternoon as well, but for most people, like if you already did PT in the morning, you're not going to go to the gym after work, so your day is pretty much done. So it's almost like you're working a 9 to 5, except you have that PT in the morning, of course. So, but you already got a good workout in. On the civilian side, you're getting off 5 o'clock. You have to commute home 30, 45 minutes, an hour, wherever you live at, you know, and you're getting off about the same time. So me personally, when I look at working a 9 to 5 in the Army versus working a 9 to 5 on the civilian side, to me, I prefer working in the Army for a full duty day, simply because there are days where, you know, we just get our job done and we're able to leave early. On the civilian side, my schedule pretty much was set in stone. I didn't really have a lot of flexibility to come in late or leave early. There was no PT, of course, so I had to schedule my time for the gym. It wasn't just automatically placed into my schedule, where now if I get a good PT session in and I just don't have time to go to the gym because I'm doing other things, at least I know I got a good workout in for the day. So to me, it just improves overall health by just coming in a little bit earlier, working out, going home, and then coming back and actually starting your duty day. I do like working in the Army a lot more than I did the civilian side, but again, I'm not trying to sell you the Army by any means. This is just something that works for my schedule, and, you know, something that I actually like doing. However, everybody's completely different, and again, for this video, don't think that every single duty station is going to be exactly how the schedule I just put in front of you. It's not going to be like that at all. Again, every unit is completely different. Your schedule may flex a little bit, but that's generally about the standard, so you can expect to come in the morning like you do at 9 to 5 around 0900 or 0930, get off about 1700, and that concludes your duty day. So when you try to compare, you know, working on the civilian side versus working in the Army and thinking in the Army you're going to work a lot longer days, it's really not. You might work a little bit longer, you might work a little bit less, but the time to actually work is about the same. So, you know, I just wanted to give you all a general understanding of what the Army is like compared to a 9 to 5 job. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And on this channel, I like to post military videos, fitness videos, and lifestyle videos. So if you're into that kind of stuff, be sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell for me. It'll really help the channel out and help the channel grow and allow me to produce a lot more content for you all that you all love and you all enjoy. With that being said, I'm Alvin the Director, and I'm out.